This millionaire wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every single day. I had to find out why. For 24 hours, I shadowed him, determined to decode the daily rhythm that built his fortune. I wanted to move beyond the headlines and the sound bites. I sought to understand the small, repeatable actions that, when compounded, create extraordinary results. His story was not one of luck or a single brilliant idea. It was a story of discipline, intention, and a profound respect for the first few hours of the day. The journey began in the pre-dawn quiet, a time most of us dedicate to sleep, but he dedicates to building his edge. The alarm was not a jarring siren, but a soft, gentle chime. He did not hit the snooze button. There was no groaning, no bargaining for 5 more minutes. He simply swung his legs out of bed, stood up, and the day began. His first action was to drink a full glass of water left on his nightstand. He explained that this simple act rehydrates the body and signals to the mind that it is time to engage. He then moved directly into a short, 5-minute routine of light stretching, just enough to wake up his muscles and get his blood flowing. He called this priming the engine, a small investment that pays dividends in mental clarity and physical energy throughout the day. His name is Alex, and he carries an air of quiet confidence. He is not flashy. His home is tasteful, but not extravagant. His true wealth, I would soon learn, was not just in his bank account, but in his mastery over his time and attention. As he moved through the quiet house, I noticed his movements were deliberate. There was no wasted energy, no frantic searching for misplaced items. Everything had its place. The coffee beans were already in the grinder from the night before. His favorite mug was clean and waiting. This was a system designed to eliminate friction, making the hard parts of the morning, simply getting started, as easy as possible. At 5 a.m., with a cup of black coffee in hand, he sat in a comfortable chair. No phone, no television, no email. He opened a book on business strategy and read a single page. He read it slowly, thoughtfully, and then he pulled out a small, leather-bound notebook. In it, he wrote down one idea sparked by the text. He told me that ideas are like seeds. They need to be planted in fertile ground to grow. Writing them down is the first step. He believes that one powerful idea, nurtured and acted upon, is worth more than 1,000 fleeting thoughts. This small, consistent practice of reading and reflection was his way of planting a new seed every single morning. Following his brief reading session, Alex transitioned into a period of intentional silence. At 5:30 a.m., he sat upright on a small cushion. He closed his eyes. He meditated for 10 minutes. He didn't use a fancy app. He focused on the rhythm of his own breath. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind. It's about observing its patterns without judgment. It trains him to remain calm under pressure. It trains him to detach from emotional reactions. And it trains him to make decisions from clarity rather than impulse. In the high-stakes world of business, he calls this his most valuable mental tool. At 6 a.m., with dawn streaking across the sky, he put on his walking shoes. For 30 minutes, he walked a familiar route around his neighborhood. This was not a power walk for exercise. It was a walk for thinking. He used this device-free time to mentally map out his day. He didn't create a long, overwhelming to-do list. Instead, he identified his big 3, the 3 most important tasks. Then he decided which one was the frog, the most challenging, crucial task. His rule is simple: eat the frog first. Completing the hardest thing early creates momentum and a sense of accomplishment. Breakfast at 7 a.m. was as intentional as the rest of his morning. He prepared scrambled eggs and a side of mixed berries. There was no sugar-laden cereal, no processed pastry. He spoke about food as fuel, sustained energy over a quick rush. A high-protein, low-sugar breakfast prevents the mid-morning crash. It keeps his mind sharp and his focus steady during critical work hours. He ate slowly, without the distraction of a screen. He savored the food and the quiet before the workday began. The final piece of his morning ritual came at 7:30 a.m. He sat at his desk and opened his email, with a strict boundary. He set a timer for 15 minutes. During that window, he scanned for truly urgent messages. Everything else was ignored. He did not get pulled into long email chains or distracted by newsletters. His purpose was to triage, not to engage. He explained email is a collection of other people's agendas. By controlling his interaction, he starts the day focused on his priorities. This small act of discipline preserved his most valuable resource, his morning focus. Promptly at 8 a.m., Alex's workday began. Continuation. Alex sat at a clean, organized desk as the day started. His strategy was built on a concept he called focused blocks. He divided his day into 90-minute intervals, each interval dedicated to a single high-priority task. During these blocks, all distractions were ruthlessly eliminated. His phone was silenced and placed in another room. All non-essential browser tabs were closed. His office door was shut. He believes that multitasking is a myth that only serves to dilute focus. True progress, he argued, comes from giving one important thing your undivided attention. His first 90-minute block was always reserved for eating the frog. He identified that frog during his morning walk, drafting a complex proposal, analyzing a difficult financial report, making a strategic plan. He tackled the frog when his energy and willpower were at their peak. That guaranteed the most important work of the day got done. This approach prevents procrastination and the anxiety of a looming task. Once the frog was eaten, the rest of the day felt lighter and more manageable. It created a positive psychological feedback loop. Meetings were a necessary part of his day, but he handled them with extreme efficiency. He scheduled most of them in a block between focused work sessions, typically in the late morning. Every meeting had a clear agenda, a strict time limit, usually 15 to 20 minutes, and a defined objective. He would start each meeting by stating the desired outcome. He listened intently. He spoke concisely. He always ended by summarizing key decisions and assigning clear action items. He avoided meetings about meetings and preferred short, focused conversations. Lunch was a deliberate pause, not an afterthought. He opted for a light salad or a simple soup. He would eat away from his desk, often at home with his family. Following the meal, he would take a short 10-minute walk. He called this his afternoon reset. Stepping away for a few minutes helps to clear the mind and refresh one's perspective. It breaks the monotony of the day and allows creative insights to emerge. He insisted that rest is not the enemy of productivity. It is an essential ingredient. Section 4. The power of leverage. Buying back time. A core pillar of Alex's philosophy is the intelligent use of leverage. He believes his most finite resource is time, not money. Therefore, he is constantly looking for ways to buy back his time. This principle shows in his approach to delegation. He hires skilled professionals to handle tasks outside his core competencies, to handle tasks he doesn't enjoy. Bookkeeping, social media management, household chores, lawn care. He explained paying someone $50 an hour to do a task that would take him 3 hours is a net win. It frees him to focus on $500 an hour activities. Leverage extends to technology and systems. He doesn't chase every new app or software. He invests in tools that automate repetitive processes. He uses software to track his finances. He uses software to manage his projects. He uses software to schedule his appointments. A budgeting app gives a daily snapshot of his spending. It eliminates tedious spreadsheet tracking. Numbers tell the truth. You can't manage what you don't measure. Systems running in the background reduce mental energy for admin decisions. He applies leverage to learning. He doesn't consume information passively. He seeks knowledge from experts. Rather than spending weeks learning, he hires help, consultant, coach. He asks specific, well-thought-out questions. He listens more than he talks. It's a shortcut to download years of experience. It helps avoid common mistakes. Don't be afraid to pay for expertise. It's the fastest way to accelerate your growth. Focus on what you do best. Delegate the rest. This isn't about laziness. It's about strategic allocation of energy. Strategic planning, creative problem solving, building relationships. He dedicates the majority of his workday to these high-value activities. By offloading tasks that drain his energy, he maximizes his impact and effectiveness. This relentless focus on his best and highest use is a critical component of his financial success. Section 5. The afternoon reset, fueling creativity and connection. After his post-lunch reset, he would enter another 90-minute focused block. This time was often dedicated to more creative pursuits: writing, brainstorming new ventures, refining long-term strategy. He protected this time fiercely. He would put on noise-canceling headphones and ensure he would not be interrupted. He believes that the afternoon, after the day's urgent tasks are handled, is a fertile ground for innovation. His mind is warmed up but not yet fatigued, allowing for a blend of analytical and creative thought to flourish. In the late afternoon, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he intentionally shifted his focus outward. He would perform one small, simple act of kindness. This could be as minor as sending a thoughtful thank you email to a colleague, paying for the coffee of the person behind him in line, or leaving a generous tip for a service worker. He explained that these small acts serve two purposes. First, they create positive ripples in the world around him. Second, and more importantly for him, they keep him grounded and humble. They are a constant reminder that success is not just about personal achievement, but also about one's impact on others. At 6 o'clock in the evening sharp, the workday ended. There was no one last email or just a few more minutes. He closed his laptop and physically left his office. This hard stop was non-negotiable. He explained that work, if allowed, will expand to fill all available time. By creating a firm boundary, he not only protects his personal life, but also forces himself to be more efficient during work hours. The evening was dedicated entirely to his family. At the dinner table, all phones were put away in a basket. He was fully present, asking questions, listening to stories, and engaging in meaningful connection. This, he said, is what truly refuels his soul. Before bed, he would engage in low-energy activities that helped him wind down. This often involved reading a novel or a history book, something completely unrelated to his work. He strictly avoided screens for at least an hour before sleep, as the blue light can interfere with the body's natural sleep cycle. He also used this time for a final brief planning session. He would review his big three for the next day, ensuring he knew exactly what his priority would be when he woke up. He would also lay out his clothes and pack his bag, removing any potential friction from the next morning's routine. This small act of preparation set the stage for another successful day before the current one had even ended. Section 6. The evening wind down, preparing for tomorrow's victory. The transition from work to rest in Alex's world is as structured as the start of his day. His evening routine is designed to quiet his mind and prepare his body for restorative sleep. By 9 o'clock, all work-related screens are off. He spends the final hour of his day in a state of analog calm. Reading a physical book is his preferred method of de-stressing. He chooses fiction. He chooses biographies, allowing his mind to wander into different worlds and escape the analytical thinking that dominates his workday. A critical part of this wind-down process is preparing for the following day. This isn't a stressful, late-night planning session. It's a simple, 5-minute task of confirmation. He looks at the 3 main goals he set earlier and visualizes their successful completion. Visualizing, Goal 1. Visualizing, Goal 2. Visualizing, Goal 3. He prepares his workspace. He prepares his clothes. He prepares anything else he might need for his 4:30 in the morning start. This act of preparation is a signal to his brain that the day is complete and that a plan is in place for tomorrow. It eliminates the "what should I do tomorrow" anxiety that can often keep people awake at night, allowing him to fall asleep with a sense of calm and control. Sleep itself is treated as a critical performance activity, not a luxury. He aims for at least 6.5 to 7 hours of high-quality sleep each night. To achieve this, his bedroom is optimized for rest. The room is kept cool and completely dark, with blackout curtains blocking any outside light. There are no electronics charging by the bed, no television, and no clutter. He views his bedroom as a sanctuary for sleep and nothing else. He understands that deep sleep is when the brain cleanses itself of toxins, consolidates memories, and recharges for the cognitive demands of the next day. Skimping on sleep, in his view, is like trying to run a company on a faulty power supply. By 10 o'clock, he is in bed. His consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends, helps to regulate his body's internal clock or circadian rhythm. This consistency makes it easier to fall asleep and easier to wake up feeling refreshed. He doesn't see this as a rigid, joyless schedule. He sees it as the foundation upon which his energy, creativity, and discipline are built. The success he achieves at 8 o'clock in the morning is a direct result of the choices he makes at 10 o'clock the night before. His day doesn't just begin at 4:30 in the morning. It is born from the quiet, deliberate, and restorative habits of the preceding evening. After a day with Alex, one truth stood out. His engine isn't a single hack, it's consistency. He shows up the same way, every day, no matter how he feels. By automating his mornings, he removes decisions before they appear. No, should I meditate? No, will I walk? It's done. That saves willpower for strategy. The choices that move the business. Those non-negotiable habits stack early wins before sunrise. Small wins compound into momentum the rest of the day rides. His advice to me wasn't copy my routine. Start small. Pick one thing. Do it daily. Make it easy enough you can't say no. When it's automatic, stack the next habit on top. Brick by brick, day by day, identity rewired by repetition. Start today, then tomorrow, then again. Focus on consistency of action, not size of results. That's the unseen engine of success.